Alright guys, a little more of a vlog style video today. First task is taking the R34 on a little cruise. Got it right here, and one of the things that's been driving me nuts on it, if you remember, I had some like protective film on the front bumper and I pulled it off too quick and it ripped the clear coat right off. So I'm gonna go see if I can get it repaired. There's this place that's a buddy of mine's that does a lot of like super high-end paint jobs. I've been wanting to do this bumper because I wanted it to be perfect. It's been chipped the whole time I've owned the car, but the clear failing has kind of like sealed the deal. So I'm gonna go rip it over, see what they can do, maybe drop the car off. You guys know I've put quite a bit of time into making the interior on this car dialed, but it's time to start making the exterior feel like my own. So you got the gas cap pulled off. I was just having the auto body shop check out to see if they can match some stuff on this car for me. The wing, like the color doesn't seem right and it's kind of faded, so I'm gonna pull the wing off, bring that with the gas cap, and then I've got some new stuff for the car that I'll show you. Got a set of Gana doors, of course, blue tin. If you guys don't know how to take these out, I think there's a way to do it with the motor, but I just kind of send it. Kind of scary because these things break pretty easily, but I've got a decent amount of parts at this point, so when I do break them sometimes accidentally, now that I'm saying that, I'm like extra nervous. Yeah, great success. These little things break sometimes. Yeah, very not fun. But yeah, usually when paint places will paint these, you can fully disassemble them, but I'll usually just like wedge something in here instead, just to like make sure that they're spread.
You're taking them apart, it's annoying.
Yup. Next up, we've got some ground shipping parts from Japan that I will show you. I'm doing this now since we leave for Ireland tomorrow. Speaking of which, there are still some general admission tickets left, hopefully when this video goes up, but grandstands and VIP are already sold out. Ticket link in the description. I just wanted this stuff to be painted that way when I get back. My new LMGT ones maybe will be done getting refinished. I know I haven't shown you guys in video yet, but I probably have a photo that I can put on the screen here. And this car is gonna look sick. Does this thing bolt in? Oh.
Is this a roof wing?
I was just on the phone with Tommy about this because, oh, it does bolt in. That's a big scare. So this is the N1 trunk lip that actually goes like underneath the existing wing. I cannot believe that it's bolted. I was just on the phone with Tommy about it because I want to get the front one. I'm bummed I didn't get it yet. But that one you need to drill into your hood. And I guess I figured this would have been like a 3M thing. Like maybe I guess I could do it with 3M and stick it on, but
shave them off.
It's just marking it that's the scary part. Look at that.
It will look sick though.
Damn. Big commitment, drilling holes. It comes with stencils, I think. Very confusing though. My trunk doesn't look like this. Now this is the fun part. Dismal stuff always comes bagged so nicely. It's a lot of things and stuff for putting these on. So these are actually N1 side skirts. So it's a 3-piece kit. And this part's my favorite part about it. So this is actually like the back, and I feel like this makes the car look so much lower because this piece flares down.
Yeah.
So if I go and I hold this up, what's on there now, it would roughly bring the side skirt line down that much, and it did just make the car look a lot lower. It looks like this piece is pretty similar thickness to this, but this is the jam right here.
Yeah.
This little thing. I want to compare the front. The front kind of looks the same, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder if you could get away with
using what you have.
Yeah, like leaving the front and just doing the others. I mean, you might as well paint them all, but
yeah,
it's interesting how it looks almost identical. The one missing link for this though is there's a rear spat that basically matches this on the behind the rear wheel. Thankfully, because of the Nismo Heritage program, you're able to still get all the stuff new. It is very pricey. I think these side skirts were like maybe like 1,800 bucks for both sides, but that other piece they don't make, so it's like practically unattainable. I found a set in Yahoo Auctions Japan, so I do have a set coming, so hopefully I can get everything painted at once, and then like it will completely transform how this car looks. Did you miss me? I'm back, mother. I may have rolled up on a skate deck, but it's not one of these three, and I'll tell you why. We've only got 25 complete decks built, and if I skateboarded on one of these, we'd have one angry customer because their wheels would be coming and they would be dirty. We all know that Karens don't like dirty wheels. Here's the deal. We had some decks laying around, decks that are technically discontinued that we either got from returns or surplus stock, 25 to be specific, and we laced them with our own billet trucks that we had made through surf rods. So we have 25 decks, complete, decks that you can never get ever again. They're gripped, they're flipped, and they're ready to ship. But wait, if you didn't get to go to any of our Clean Culture shows, we do have some surplus stock, never gonna be released again, never before released on the internets. Hoodie and t-shirt, small quantities, available now, link in the description. Elzimov getting thrown by a FedEx driver onto a doorstep near you. This is the announcement of the resurgence of the Evo 5. I don't know that I talked about it fully, but at the last time that I drove it at the firm, I started having transmission issues. Nothing like crazy bad, but basically when I was going from 4th to 5th on the straight, it started grinding, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse. So a long time ago, I ordered an upgraded transmission for this car. Nothing fancy, not like a dog box or anything, basically like an OEM Plus rebuild, new synchros. I think there's like a couple little billet upgrades, but the idea for this car is to always stay the back road, like more street style version of the Evo. However, obviously we haven't been able to do anything with the time attack focused red TME 6.5 Evo that I have. So I've made the decision. I really wanted to drive time attack this year and time didn't allow it, but I'm able to drive in the Grid Life Alpine event in Colorado. So my Evo 5 is set up for the track. It just doesn't have a cage and it's kind of a little bit more street focused interior. So they do have a class for that I'm just gonna turn some laps in. I'm gonna throw my bucket seat in it from the other car. But in addition to the trans, one other upgrade that we needed to do was a new oil pan. This is the Race Fab pan. I had another pan on it before. I'm not gonna name any names, but it was notorious for having leaks and issues. The flange just wasn't perfect, and pretty much every Evo person I've ever talked to had issues with it. So the car would always like drip oil, and it wasn't really a huge issue, but I didn't want to show up to tech having a leaky oil pan, and it's just not a good look. So new pan, new trans, and then I guess I'll need to put it on street tires instead of slicks. But we're gonna go shake it down with the new trans, see how everything goes, and yeah, then I gotta get on a flight to Ireland. So we'll see how the new trans shifts. Make sure it shifts good. Alright, so this test is basically to get a lot of heat in the engine, make sure that the new oil pan's sealed, there's no leaks or anything weird going on, and also make sure the transmission doesn't do any funny business, because I've definitely had my fair share of new transmissions that have actually wound up having issues. So I'm just going to do a little rip around the compound and see how she feels. very rare that a car scares me, and the way that this car pulls, like, I don't remember it being anywhere near as fast as it is. This thing is, like, even just driving it with the stock seats with street tires, the G's that this car pulls around corners is like kind of nutty. Trans feels good, car feels good, little crunchy crunch, rub-a-dub going on in the front right, so maybe look at it on the left, make sure everything's good, but like, this thing is ignorant. Sorry for my language. It's crazy. You might think that testing Evo 30 minutes before I'm supposed to fly to Ireland doesn't seem like a smart thing. But the reason being is basically once I'm back, the car will already be en route to Colorado. So the idea was to like properly put it through its paces, like get it heat soaked and make sure everything's still good on the car. That way the boys can make sure she's good to go for Colorado if I had any weird issues. So we did find a couple things. We found that there's like a bent heim on it we need to address. Seems like everything oiling is pretty good.
Yeah. You can knock on wood. The drain is not longer leaking. The oil pan, we'll see after this section how if it's leaking or not. So should be good.
What do you think of the Evo?
Oh, I haven't ridden in it like that, so it was crazy. Like you need buckets.
Yeah.
It's how bad it is. Like it just pulls you to the side. And it's, I don't know.
I got a little jaded by like driving a lot of GTRs lately that I forgot how good the Evo was. This thing is like,
yeah.
it may not make the power that the GTRs make.
It doesn't need to.
The weight, completely
Yeah.
different experience.
Yep.
I hope you guys are as stoked as I am for Evo to be back on track. I need to go pack, so I'm gonna go do that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and a sight of Evo things.
When you said